Okay, so I want to make this video quick because I actually want to get started on recording some more gaming content. Which, by the way, for those who've been following the Witcher Let's Plays, um, look forward to the Heart of Stone, Blood and Wine DLC. I'm recording Blood and Wine right now, and Heart of Stone will be uploaded immediately after the main game. So look forward to that. So with this video, I actually wanted to talk about, or at least give a non-scripted, quick response to the live stream that Chris Hansen just had, and that is with the Psychiatrist. Now, this has been kind of a little bit of intriguing, unless I missed something. He's had, many victims from Greg. He's had a representative from Pierce County. He's talked to people or at least lawyers that involving the lawsuit and crap. And for the first time that I've seen, please correct me if I'm wrong, we've had a psychiatrist. Now, first off, and I know this is kind of a touchy subject too, because there's been, and I'm going to say it as it is, we've had people in the commentary community that have looked at Greg or looked at people similar to Greg and then just looked up a bunch of Google terms and did a self-diagnosis of what he's like. And I want to point out that I think this person does, or at the very least kind of keeps in a professional way, doesn't diagnose him immediately. Thanks to our buddy MJ, we've talked about this once before, or twice, or 3 times. I can't remember how many times, but it's unprofessional for a psychiatrist to look at a person, let's say online, and if they haven't spoken with them, and just do a immediate diagnosis. From what I've been told, that's not how it works. They have to kind of see the individual, get a census of what the person is like through conversation, and then make their diagnosis. And like I said, there's been people online who did self-diagnosis of Greg and people like him, and that just looked really bad on their part. But all in all, this person, at the very least, I think said a couple times that they would love to have a conversation with this individual and see what makes him tick. Which I appreciate that, where they're not doing a full-on diagnosis, but they do use, I guess, references, because apparently this psychiatrist has dealt with people or victims of certain situations. And with this video or this stream, Chris Hansen brings up several things that have happened. For instance, him knocking on the door, them going over that, which I thought was interesting. She talks about how, or at least the conversation about that was interesting, because it's something that a lot of us kind of suspected, is with Chris Hansen coming to his door, Greg going into a whole defensive mode, and just the details of stuff like Sarah were unnecessary to the call. And it's just him trying to be the victim in that sense. That's me adding that part, being the victim. And if I haven't said it yet, because like I said, this is unscripted, the video or live stream will be linked in the description. But another thing they talk about is, oh gosh, it's just all the abuse. The psychiatrist talks about how, and this is something that we've talked about too. Like I said, we're not just trying to self-diagnose. This is just something we see at face value. Greg kind of losing the sense of reality, like him claiming something like his actions or at least were from a character, and then him going back and forth on that idea. It's oh, it's him doing it. Oh no, it's a character doing it. And him losing sight of reality in some sense. And apparently the actions that he is playing on is from a sort of character. and he has no touch of reality at this point, which, you know, I can see that, which is really interesting. They go over, oh my gosh, the craziest thing is when they go over the effects of the abuse that Greg and Kai, mostly Greg, have done to the victims psychologically, like what he has done to them and how that will affect them in the future. It's just, all in all, it's disturbing to think about. And by the end of it, and like I said, this is unscripted. I'm just going to try to make this quick. I ask you guys go check out the full interview, because it's a really interesting thing to listen to. And just after all of it, Chris Hansen goes over like the numbers and contacts for Pierce County and so on to any of the victims, to contact them. Like if there's anyone else that has been affected by Greg, to contact Pierce County and so on, and address what they've had to go through. So, all in all, just giving my final thoughts on this whole stream, this was intriguing to say the least, because like I said, we've had the victims talk, we've had a representative from Pierce County talk, we have lawyers talking about some of the legality of some of the stuff that's been going on in between, you know, the Onision drama and some of the stuff that Greg has tried to do to hinder the case or investigation that Chris Hansen is undergoing. And it's just, all in all, a lot of it is intriguing. I know I'm all over the place. I'm sorry. I wanted to get my thoughts out there, and I know some people like, you should have scripted this. At this point, I just want to give my raw reaction to it, because it's something that just happened, and I wanted to get my thoughts out there and not kind of bullshit around and wait several hours to talk about it. So, in fact, there won't be an intro or outro for this video. So, all in all, again, and I've said it several times, this has been interesting. So, but to finish my thought though, because like I said, we've had the victims, we've had a representative from Pierce County, and we've had the lawyers talk about it, and now we have the psychiatrist going over comparisons of previous cases, and and it doesn't seem like they're trying to diagnose him. Correct me if I'm wrong though, but going over some comparisons with what they see at face value in terms of the videos and the tweets and etc. So I think that's all I need to say. Go check out the full thing. Links in the description. If you guys can and would like to add to the conversation, leave it in the comments down below. Like, share, subscribe, all the good stuff. If you guys want to follow us on social media, links are in the description. If you guys want to follow MJ, Aden, and Magi on gaming content, they stream on Twitch and YouTube. If you guys want to follow some of the other content that we do, like the Let's Plays or Let's Watch videos that I produce, which is pretty much me playing video games as well as briefly talking about movies or TV shows that I watch, go check those videos out. They're usually uploaded in the morning. And if you guys want to check out the podcast, that is usually on Sunday, 6 p.m. Pacific time. With that being said, this is Rob of Novakast signing off. Have a good one, and take care. Peace.